Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a favourites video. It's going to be some products that I've been loving for the past few months. My last favourites I did was at the end of 2020. I don't do them very often because I tend to use a lot of the same stuff over and over again. The only thing that usually changes is like colours and things that change around. But I thought today we could do kind of like a almost mid-year, like what, we 4 months, 5 months in? Nearly 5 months in. And I think it'll just be nice to see what I'm loving right now, because some things have changed. Not changed completely, like some of my favourites from last year are still my favourites now, but just stuff I've been loving. That's basically it. If you want to check out the tutorial for this look, it is not up just yet, but it will be up soon after this video. I think 2 or 3 weeks away. I don't know, depending on how my schedule goes, but I think it's about 3 weeks away. But whenever it's up, it's using a very special palette that I've been waiting a very long time, so you can see it there. I will have pictures on my Instagram, which is linked down below once the video has gone live. Also hit subscribe down below to see that video whenever it goes live. And yeah, let's get into the favourites. So I have a whole array. I have basically a whole face minus mascara, but pretty much a whole face here working for us. So let me do a little bit of skincare, get that kind of thing out of the way, and then we'll move into more products. So firstly, let me tell you a little story about me and niacinamide serum. I decided my skin was getting very meh and clogged up, and I'm pimple popper, so I can't really help it. So if I get spots, I'm gonna pop them and it's gonna look terrible. So I decided to start using niacinamide because I heard it's good for that kind of skin. My skin's not oily, it's dry dehydrated. But I started using the niacinamide from The Ordinary, the one that's the 10% plus zinc. And I had a reaction. And I know why I had a reaction. I had a reaction because I used it every single night and every single morning for about 4 days. And my skin flipped. It just flipped. My skin never flips like that. It had a full-blown reaction. I wouldn't say I was irritated, but afterwards I was irritated when I stopped using it. All around here was irritated. Up here was irritated, and I wasn't using it like around my eye area, just around here where I'm more delicate got really irritated. Around my nose here got really irritated, but not irritated really. It was more the skin started peeling. Let me know down below in the comments if you've had that happen to you before. It started peeling. I couldn't wear makeup. I tried to film a video and I had to stop. I had eyeshadow and everything on, and it was just awful. It was awful. So I stopped, got rid of that in my routine, and went back to using a lot of the products that I use for hydration and trying to get back into making sure my skin is super hydrated going to bed, all that kind of stuff, because my skin did feel really dry when I was using it. Then I learned, I should have done this beforehand, I learned to ease yourself in, especially at such a high percentage. I should probably start at like a 2% or a 1% even. And it was a 10. But that's all they had in the set that I bought for Christmas, so I couldn't help it. What did really save my skin are these 3 products. Firstly was this serum here. This I got in a glossy box, but I would definitely order a full size one. But it reminds me a lot of the Vichy Aqualia Thermal serum, which I have used, and it's my favourite serum. This is the moisturising serum from eCooking, I think it is. It's this guy here. This is a small deluxe sample size. It's fragrance free. It's a moisture boost. It's super thin, and it definitely gives you that lick of moisture throughout your skin instantly, which is really nice. The second thing, so that one I would definitely repurchase. The second thing I've used many times. This is probably like my 4th tube of this. This is the Origins Drink Up Intensive Overnight Hydrating Mask with avocado and glacier water. And it's this guy. I love the scent of it. I have gone through many of these because it's my favourite. It's an overnight mask, but I just kind of use it as a night cream. I put it on at night, and then in the morning I wash it off. It's no biggie. And I love it. It's so rich. It's probably my most moisturising moisturiser, but I only use it at night time. So I have others for daytime that are, if not equally, very similarly moisturising to this. But this has always been a staple, and it absolutely saved my life over the last few weeks. And then because this area around here was getting really dry and just peely and flaky, and just makeup was just not sitting on the areas that had peeled but clinging to the areas that were currently peeling, it was a whole thing. I went in with this guy, which I've used. I have the giant tub of this. I've used smaller tubs in this, but I ended up getting a giant tub of this ages ago. And this is the Clinique All About Eyes Rich. Reduces circles, puffs, it's an eye cream, and it's their super thick eye cream. They do the All About Eyes, and it's a gel formula which I have used, which is really nice, but this is like the rich one, so this is the cream. Very thick, very rich, probably a bit too much around the eyes, but for what I needed it, my goodness, I applied it twice a day, morning and night. I didn't wear makeup for like a whole week, and I didn't film for a whole week, which was very weird. Very weird. And even the day I did start filming, it was still a little bit not okay, but it was fine. I got through it. That really helped me, especially because around here was where I was the worst. And even when I wake up in the morning, I could feel the tightness around my eyes. So yes, they absolutely saved my life. Okay, so move into makeup. Let's start with skin again, but makeup wise. So new foundation for me that I've gotten over the last few weeks, and I've used it a few times and I've been really enjoying it, is the NYX Born to Glow foundation. I'm probably the last person in the entire planet to use this. I don't know. I'm in the shade Fair. So I would say like Fair is, like, I'm an NC10. My perfect matching foundation, like perfect, can rely on every single time for as I look now, which is most of the year. In the summer I may go up a shade or two, but it is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid NC10. That is my perfect match of a foundation, and this is a very close match to that. That's what I tend to go by. So I always go on, if I'm trying to order online for foundation and I don't have an idea, I'll go on to Temptalia, Foundation Finder, NC10, Studio Fix Fluid is my foundation, and get the matches up in whatever brand I want. And it usually does me very well. And this, I was between this and I think Alabaster, I think is what my manager uses, and she's also a NC10. But I went for Fair because it just looked more similar, and I think it's probably the best match. I don't know about her. She says hers is a good match, so different skins, whatever. But this really nice, super glowy, radiant foundation, but not greasy looking, not wet looking. Still glowy though, so even when I set it, it still has a bit of glow to it. I really like it. It stays really well on my skin. Like I said, I have a dry, dehydrated skin, so bear that in mind. If you have oily skin, I don't know if you'll really like this, but try it. You might. If you really like that glowy look, you probably will. But yeah, really nice, really good for dry skin. I would say it's like a medium coverage. Yeah, probably like a medium coverage, sheer medium. But I would say medium. From out of my taste, it's a medium. And then another favourite of mine, but I'm kind of only using it every now and again when I know I can get away with it, is the NYX #No Filter Finishing Powder, and I'm in the shade Porcelain, which is this guy, which is the lightest shade. Now, for an NC10, it's not light enough. You need another 2 shades lighter, and I think there's only about 3 shades. I would need a shade, at least 1 shade lighter than this, because this is a little bit deep. It's a little bit warm for me. But I can get away with it. I can make it work. I can do all the bits to make it work. I'm a pale gal. We know how to make the darker foundations work for us. So I really like this. I would compare it to MAC's Mineralized Skin Finish, but glowier. So it's a setting powder. It sets away, it takes away the tackiness, but it still leaves you with a glow. It's not shimmery. It just leaves you with a glow. It looks like skin. It looks like your own skin. But you're set and you're in place, and I really like the glowy finish that I get out of this. I think if it came in 1 or 2 lighter shades, it would be one of my most used powders, because I love a glowy finish to my skin. At the minute now I'm using a more matte foundation, but I've added a lot of glow to it, so I really like this. This will definitely be coming on holidays with me, because I do get a little bit darker, and this would definitely match me more in the summer. So this summer, because we're not traveling, if I get a tan, this would be my go-to. And then we'll do some cheeks. So first thing is the NYX. I have a lot of NYX actually, now that I think about it. I have a lot of NYX actually, yeah. I've been using the NYX Sweet Cheeks Soft Cheek Tint. I've used it a couple of times and I really like the texture. I think it will be one of my most used blushes. I'm in the shade Coralicious right now, but I'm interested in getting a more kind of neutrally pinky peach and see how that goes. My manager has one. Me and my manager, we've a very similar collection, and we talk a lot about makeup. She's my bad influence, and she has a more nudie, peachy kind of colour, so I would definitely be more interested in something like that as well. But this was my go-to colour straight away, because I was like, summer, I need my summer coral vibes, because we're not getting it this year, so I need it. This really nice. It's a moussey texture, and you can use it on your lips and your cheeks, doesn't it say? I think you can use it on your lips as well. I don't know. Check that before. I don't know, it doesn't actually say. But I would use it. But it's a moussey sort of texture, very pigmented. Let me swatch it actually. So quite pigmented, as you can see there. It is a bright colour, so that obviously helps with the brightness, but it just blends really effortlessly. It doesn't feel powdery, but it's not super greasy or anything like that, but you still get a bit of glow off it. That's how it looks there, and I love it. And then I'm going to get into bronzer now in a second because it's in this palette here, but just a little throw in, just an add-on. California from Benefit, very nice. This is one of the Cheek Parade palettes, but all of these come individual. California, really nice, especially in the summer, and it's a really nice sort of texture as well. Kind of a satiny sort of finish, and I really like that as well. That's just a little add-in because it's in the palette and I've been using that a lot as well. For bronzer, Hoola Light, my go-to bronzer for my pale skin. Hoola I can get away with even now, even as pale as I am, but I have to go very lightly, and I tend to actually, if I'm going to use Hoola, I tend to use Hoola Light as well. In the summer I would be more of this, but right now this is your gal. For pale skins, this is what you need to be going for. If you want your bronzy look but you're too pale, I'm NC10. Look at me. Look at all the bits of me. I'm so pale. So this is your gal. And then last thing for the cheeks and kind of complexion sort of things is this guy, because this is so special, so special. This is the Kaleidos Makeup Space Age Prophecy Highlighter. It's in that tin sort of packaging. You open it like this and it looks like this guy here. So let me see if I can get this showing for you. That is how it looks there. It kind of reflects like a green, a really strong green, and an orange as well. It's the weirdest highlight, but I love it so much. I'm going to do a little swatch of it as well. I've been using this a lot. Whenever I can get it to work into a look, I've been using it. It's so strong and pigmented, so reflective. Look at how reflective that is. Makes me want all of the Kaleidos highlights, even though I can't actually fit them into my drawer. So I shouldn't really get them, but I do want one or two more. I am in love with this. I'm so happy I bit the bullet and got it. I did order it with another product. Like, can you see how shiny that is? Oh my god. I ordered with another product that's also in this video, so you'll see that in a second. Do I talk too fast? I feel like I talk too fast. I think a lot of people say Irish people talk really fast. I feel like I'm talking really fast right now. I don't think I normally do, but I think I am right now. Okay, so on to the eyes. A couple of little bits for the eyes that isn't palettes, because I have a couple of palettes and liners or anything like that. These are just extra little bits. So firstly, eyeshadow primer. This guy surprised me so much. This is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic eyeshadow base, and it's one of those that doesn't really have any color to it. Like, it's a tiny tint of like a pinky kind of color, but like it's not really, wouldn't really see it on the skin unless you're really dark. It might just look a bit like an off-white kind of color, I don't know, but this has been really nice. It dries down more than my other primers. Like, I like a tacky base and I always use a glitter primer anyway, so for shimmers it doesn't really make a difference for me. But this guy, for blending, I find my eyeshadow blends really easy with this. I would say I like it probably second to my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, which I haven't had in a while because I ran out of it, or my MAC 24 Hour Extend Eye Base, that kind of thing. It would be like close second to those guys. I really like how it looks. I really like, sometimes I've found I get a little bit of texture on my eyelid. That could have been my eyelid, I don't know. I felt it only happened once, so I think it was my eyelid. But you get a little bit of like it looks like it's a bit crumbly, not crumbly, what's the word? Just dry and textured, but still the shadow went on beautifully and it worked out beautifully and the look came out beautifully. So I don't know, I think this is really nice. It's a nice thing to have. I have a small size of this, by the way, because I got it in an advent calendar. Also, I don't even know if I feel like I should say, I don't know. I bought everything myself because I'm me and no brand knows me really. Some brands have liked my Instagram posts, so like, you know, but I don't get PR from anyone. Who the hell sent me PR? Another base then that I have here, this is the P. Louise Basic Brights eyeshadow base, or cosmetic base. This is OTT Orange. Now, I got a whole lot of these because I really wanted to get into using the colours of these for bases, because I do like a colour base. I've got blue, the minty green, pink, black, red, purple, orange, 6. Oh, and I got a deeper colour in the actual normal base, shade 1, because I was using 0.5. It's a bit too light for me. Shockingly, I know. I got number 1. Still a touch too light for me. I think I could actually go up a shade in that. But this is OTT Orange. It's the only one of the coloured ones that I've actually used. And holy moly, are these bright. I use it in a Get Ready With Me. I don't actually think it's up just yet. You will see it coming up soon, actually. But my goodness, is this bright. I was not prepared. I'm going to put the tiniest little, like the littlest dab here. it just keeps going. It doesn't end. I had a whole load of this. Look at it. It's just going. And it's so bright and intense and quite smooth as well, and they do dry down. So you could wear them as they are. Now my eyelid is very oily. I'm very excited to get into more of these colours. Really excited. And then last random little bit for my eyes. I have been using this guy a lot. This is Ritz from Colourpop. It's a Super Shock eyeshadow. And I got it because Bean got it. And obviously, I mean, she's fabulous. So I had to have it. And she's right. It's so good. So I don't know if it's from a collection or anything like that. That's why the packaging is like this tan colour. Or if it's just supposed to be like that, because other Super Shocks have just white packaging. But this is the most sparkliest tan, easy, super, like, look at it, like, just super simple look. I use this in a Get Ready With Me like halfway through the month of April, like a super simple eye, put it on my fingers. It's just, oh, it's just so pretty and wet looking and just quick, easy and very pretty. Just looks pretty. So it's like this tan base. On some people it's probably not going to be that tan, but it's just this really wet looking, super sparkly, you can see it there, super sparkly kind of look. Oh my god, it's just so pretty. I'm so excited to use that more, especially holidays. Again, whenever we're allowed to go on holidays, I'll be using this a lot. So what I'm going to do is do lashes now, because I only have one pair that I've been really loving and really wanting to use in every single look, but I like to swap it out a little bit. So these are the Violet Voss Vamptress lashes, and I'll actually open them so you can see them a little bit better. They're like double stacked, so they have like wispier bits, if you can kind of see there, and they're super dense in the root, super thick, just really intense, really, I don't know, badass looking. How would you even describe it? Like super sexy, super dramatic, super grungy, super everything I love about makeup. So I've been really enjoying these. I think they just really intensify every look I want to be intense, and I love that about them. And then another NYX product. I think this is the last NYX product. Yes, this is I've been wanting to get these for a while now. These are the NYX Epic Wear Liner Sticks. I have 2 shades, but I want to get more because these really remind me of the Urban Decay liners, which are more expensive, like double the price. I love the Urban Decay liners, don't get me wrong, I will always buy Urban Decay liners, but if I can get a cheaper option as well, I'm always happy about that. So I have white, which is pure white, because I have a white one from Urban Decay, and I've got one from Colourpop as well, Exit I think it's called. But the white one from Urban Decay is shimmery, and Exit, it's nice, it's a twist up, so I was like, I can always use a white, like, somewhere. And then I have this guy here, which is Chartreuse Flash, a limey green, obviously, or chartreusey green. And this one is sparkly, kind of has like a gold fleck through it. So that's how they look there. Aren't they so pretty? And they set and they stay on really well, which I really like. And I think they were like, I'm gonna say like between 8 or 11 euro. I think I ordered mine on Boots. And another liner, no colour in particular, haven't really got a preference right now. But what are these? The LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliners and Lip Liners. These are the lip liners. These are the eyeliners that I have here. I definitely want to get more. I don't know if there is many more, but I want to get the rest of them. I think there might be 1 or 2 more lip pencils that I want to get. But the reason why I have like these colours in the eye pencils and these colours in the lip pencils is because I'm not opposed to using lip pencils in my eyes. It's not recommended. I don't recommend it for other people to do. But I do it because I trust my own eyes and I trust myself. I'm a makeup artist. And I've done it before and I've never had an issue. But these stay on so well. They're like €5 on Beauty Bay. Like, come on, get on these. They're so bright. Like, look at these. I haven't used the yellow yet. That's the newest of my collection. Look at them. I feel like I have another one somewhere, but I'm missing it. Yes, I was missing one. It was this blue one here. But like this is my little collection of these and I'm so happy. But if I don't buy any more, that's fine. Because that's basically like my rainbow of colours just there. Again, don't use lip liners. I'm not telling you to, but I do it. Not telling you. But yeah, they're so bright and fun and beautiful, and I've been using them a lot in a lot of my looks. Okay, before we get on to the bit that everyone's probably waiting on, which is the palettes, I'm going to do the lips just to get them out of the way. So firstly, this guy I've used a couple of times, but I've been really liking the texture and I'm very interested to get more, and I think she has a new formula as well. These are the Huda, what are they called? Huda matte lipsticks. That's it. This is in the shade Wedding Day. I got this in my Glossy Box advent calendar. I love the shape of them because they have like all these like points to them, so they really are precise around, and it's fully shaped like that, so it's not just a point at the top. And it's a matte texture that's very moussey feeling when it's gone on, even in a lipstick. Love the packaging as well, the square, they fit perfectly into my drawers. But that's the colour there that I have. This is Wedding Day. I'm very interested to get like deeper shades, like reds would be really nice in this. I wish you would come out with some paler nudes, not just these kind of 90s mauvey brown nudes, like the My Lips But Better kind of nude. I'd love a paler nude or cooler tone nude that I could pair with looks where I do cooler tones, because I'm so pale, cooler tones suit me. I'd love something like that in this kind of formula. I think that'd be really nice. And then speaking of cooler tones, I've got this guy, which I've been finding myself kind of wanting to go for all the time. Even if it doesn't suit the look, I've just felt like I wanted to use it or wear it all the time, or if I'm just putting makeup on for no reason, which recently hasn't really been happening. Well, actually it has been happening for no reason in real life terms, but no reason as in not filming. That's why I haven't been wearing makeup. So this is the Melt Liquid Set Lipstick in the shade Earthling. I'll do a little swatch of this as well. It's a cool tone brown, like a grey brown. It's quite grey when it's actually on my lips, but it's that like stony brown sort of colour. That's how she looks there. That is also one that sets matte as well. So it's just really, really nice. Stays on really well. The formula is really good. I've been having a good time with that. I just want to wear it all the time. It's just my kind of colour right now. Okay, and then lastly we've got palettes. I have 3 actual palettes and then 1 with single shadows that I want to just quickly mention, because I think I did a whole 2 videos on this already and I cannot wait to use these even more. These are my Glaminatrix single shadows. This is the first time I've fully ventured into like full-blown single shadows from an indie brand that like maybe not everyone has heard of, or a lot of people have heard of, that are on the other side of YouTube. They're not like the mainstream kind of brands or anything like that. And this is the biggest I've ever gotten from a brand like that. Maybe Makeup Geek, could you say that? Colourpop as well, but like they're quite mainstream. This is the Glaminatrix ones, and look at my rainbow, how pretty my colour section is. Stellar, by the way, just saying. For a rainbow it is anyway. Obviously rainbow's a rainbow, but I have mattes in a rainbow and shimmers in a rainbow. I definitely want to fill up this palette. I think I can fit like 11 more into this. I think it is 11 that I can fit into this. I counted, but I cannot wait to fill this a little bit more. I'm going to wait for a sale to happen, and I'm going to fill this up a little bit more, because I have ideas for future videos, future series as well, that maybe might start next year, of build your own palettes. I'll say no more because there's a couple of ideas I have for those. But the colours in this are beautiful. The shimmers work out beautiful. I've done a swatch video, like a full swatch video of just swatching these colours so you can see them all in detail and we talk about them individually. And then I did a full rainbow look using these. Most of the shades I put on my eyes. The only ones I didn't were the blue, green and purple shimmers. Everything else went on my eyes. I love it. I think it's so pretty. And then actual curated palettes that are already made for you. Let's start with the littlest one and one of my favourites, and will definitely probably be... I keep saying all these palettes are going to be my favourites by the end of the year. I'm going to have such a long favourites video by the end of the year if that's the case. But this is the Juvia's Place Chocolates palette. And this is a dark skin's dream. This is a warm skin's dream. And this is a grunge girl's dream. Like me. I'm so pale, and you would say that's too pale for you as a neutral palette. Hang on a second. These 2 dark mattes here. This shimmer, the first look I ever did with this palette is one of my favourite looks I've ever done, and it's a neutral brown smoky eye. Warm brown smoky eye. Who am I? But oh, look at this. It's just such a beautiful palette. Now, you don't need both of these mattes. I've said this before. You don't need both of them. You could have got away with another different kind of matte, or even a different shimmer. Something like that. But either way, it's such a beautiful palette. The quality, the looks I've gotten out of this, the vibe. Oh, just the vibe of this. It just makes me feel warm when I open it. I want to hug it. It's just, that's how I feel about it. I think it's so beautiful. If you want to see, I've done a first impressions and a 2 looks 1 palette using this, because it is a smaller palette, and I loved all the looks I've done with that. I think it's so beautiful. Next up then is one you might not think I would put into my favourites, because I love it, but I have 1 or 2 issues with it. This is the Beauty Bay Book of Magic palette. It is discontinued. I'm sorry, I keep saying it and I keep showing it. I'm sorry, and I'll stop now. I probably won't. But I love this palette. They do have their New Romantics palette out. They do have their Sunset, Vivid Sunset or something like that out. They're probably coming out with something else. I'm very excited about Beauty Bay's brand because I think their palettes are really good. This one here is a kind of cooler toned with some neutrals. It's like a cool toned palette with a pop of neutral. And you've got some tealy green colours. You've got beautiful blues. If you want a blue look, go check out my 3 looks on palette I did with this, because holy moly was that blue look fire. And beautiful purples, but you still have neutrals there to ground it down a little bit, but it's not a neutral palette with a pop of colour. It's more of a pop of neutral in a colourful palette. And I just think this is stunning. This kind of pastel matte and this one up here, they're not my favourite formulas because they can look a little bit chalky on the eye. But the looks that I did with them still turned out really well. So I can't really fault them. They're just not my favourite formula. The mattes aren't my favourite formula in my whole collection. The shimmers though. This one shooketh. This one looks wet on the eyes. It's a beautiful kind of green to brown duochrome. This one, this teal one, holy moly. And this one here is such an interesting dark bluey navy gunmetal colour. I think it's so pretty. I love this palette. I got a lot of use out of it and I will continue to get a lot of use out of it because I really like it. And yes, I did order the New Romantics palette. I'm sorry, I did. I couldn't help it. I did it. I've been ordering a lot of palettes even though I'm not allowed to. I'm sorry. And in the last product and the last palette, I don't know if I showed a little... Oh, no, it's not. This is not a surprise. It's not a surprise. This is the Kaleidos Makeup and Angelica Nyqvist, or Angelica Nyqvist. Angelica Nyqvist is what's written here, so I'm going to go with that. And this is their Club Nebula palette collab. Like, I had to have it. Angelica is one of my other favourite YouTubers. They're my top 2. I mean Butte Bean and Angelica. That's who I mean. They're my top 2 YouTubers, and yes, I had to have this palette. Obviously, look at the packaging. Look at it. It's just... I'm not one to display my makeup. Usually, the only thing I have is the Urban Decay and Game of Thrones palette displayed, but this I would display. It's one of their bigger palettes. I do have 3 of their little palettes and I love them beyond words. One of my favourite formulas in my whole collection. This is the first big palette that I have of them, and I do want 2 more of their smaller palettes, of their newer ones that came out, the Shasimi City and Lunar Lavender ones. And I will get them Black Friday. Come on for you. Holy moly, am I going to do a haul on Black Friday. But this is the colour story. These mattes shocked me. I was so beyond impressed, more so even than the shimmers in this palette. I mean, obviously I had to get it just for that colour. There's a beautiful kind of, it's like a minty green to a pink shift down here. A lot of the shimmers in here, like this, these two, this one, they're more like toppers. Even this one a little bit as well. Actually, all the shimmers in this are kind of toppery sort of colours, but they do have colour in them. They do have a base colour to them. They're just, you can use them as toppers as well. The look I did, I actually wore this lip in it as well. This was the first impressions I did. I did a green halo. I mean, I had to stick my whole face in this, obviously. And I just thought it was amazing. I did a beautiful warm fiery look with this and it was stunning. I loved it. I can't be dealing. I can't deal with this. Can you guys stop? My bank can't handle this. Another one that's probably going to be in my yearly favourites. So that is it as far as I can see. Have I missed any products? I don't think so. I hope not, because this is going to be a long video. I love all these bits. I've been loving them. I've been gravitating towards them. I've been wanting to use them or wanting to put them on my face in some form or capacity, whether it's for a YouTube, Instagram, even though I don't really do IGTVs that often. I'm just so excited about all these products. I'm so excited about what I have coming. I'm excited about stuff I haven't even touched that's in my drawer right now. There's palettes in there that are looking at me. Every time I open my drawer, I'm getting stared at by palettes, like right there. And I've had to move my whole schedule around so many times this year already. Like 3 times in the last month. I have a lot of things that I want to do. I want to do more get ready with me's because I want to play with stuff maybe I haven't played with in a while or haven't played with yet, or want to get a bit more play out of it, like the palettes, like pigments. Oh, let me use my damn pigments. Can't wait for what's to come. So I hope you are too. If you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support on the channel, and let me know you want to see more videos as well. Also subscribe down below. That's another way to give me some support. Very simple, very quick, and also you will see what's to come. Also, you'll get to see me use more of these palettes. You'll get to see me rank palettes, first impressions, 3 looks on palettes. It's all there. We have it all going on. We also have our colour series going on. We also have this look coming up, which you will see if you subscribe as well. Also, my Instagram is linked down below, so you can see all pictures of anything that I have already done videos on. The pictures will be up on my Instagram soon after those videos have gone up. And let me know in the comments. 1, ask me a question. I want to answer a question in a Get Ready With Me. So ask me a question of whatever. I don't know. If I can't answer, I won't. Very simple. And also let me know, are any of these your favourites? Do you have any of these palettes? Do you have any of these liners, lip products, skin stuff? What are your verdicts on these products that maybe we are matching? We're twinsies, because me and my manager, if we got a very similar, we could collab on a lot of things, which I think we might do eventually, because she has a really amazing Instagram as well. So if we do collab, I'll let you know. So I will see you in the next video, guys.